Hello there my lovely viewers. As some of you know, this video is the second part of a two-part video that I've made on the Adult Swim's April Fool's joke. Yes, I know it stopped trending over a month ago. Blame my video editing software for being such a massive Okay. There's still some important information that I think you deserve to know about, because not everything was told to you guys by other YouTubers. So if by any chance you're wondering if you need to watch the first part, that's okay, it's not important. But I would still suggest checking it out when you're done with this video. I said some pretty important stuff in that video. So, like I said in the part 1, the second part, which is this video, will focus on the creative improvements and changes made on Pibby and Banban, before going over some evidence that suggests this awesome concept for a show is going to be a full TV series. So, without any further delays, let's start with the creative improvements and changes. When Adult Swim's April Fool's joke dropped, there were noteworthy changes on Pibby and Banban. That was especially true when you compare Pibby in their Halloween shot and Pibby in the April Fool's joke. Pibby in the Adult Swim's April Fool's has a slightly darker shade of blue than what we saw in the Halloween shot. You can even notice it in this side-by-side comparison right here on the screen. Yeah, Pibby's torso and legs now have a solid line. The darkness, formerly known as the glitch by fans, meanwhile now has what fans have described as an Atari look. Keep in mind that the darkness in the Halloween shot looked more like a blob. But if you were to ask me what the biggest design change to Pibby was, I would say is the consistency in Pibby's height and size. When I look back at the Learning with Pibby shot, there's one thing that always struck me a little bit, and it probably struck a little in you too. And that has to do with Pibby's size throughout the Halloween shot. We don't know what Pibby's age is yet, but it's speculated to be somewhere within 6 to 8 years old. Yet there are a few moments where she's bigger than what she's supposed to be. Take for instance, the time she and Arlo Boy met Fred Flintstone. She's about the same size as what we saw in the April Fool's joke. But then there's the bus ride and the time with that whole blood scene. You know what the one I'm talking about? It's literally on the screen. To be fair, this isn't just Pibby who falls victim to this, and I'm sure it's not like the animators intended it to be that way. Animation errors happens, especially if it's something that's a pilot to something that might be a show. So I'm really not holding this against the animators. As far as I'm concerned, they did the best they could with whatever funds they were given at the time. But this isn't the only change we see from the April Fool's joke. There's also the voice actors. Pibby and Banban are voiced by Nikki Castillo and Jack Chanton, both in the Halloween shot and maybe in April Fool's joke. Now why I say maybe is due to the big changes in both the Halloween shot and the April Fool's joke involving those mentioned characters. In the Halloween shot, Pibby and Banban sound much younger, kind of like what you would expect from kids around 6 to 8 or even younger.
Pibby, I'm scared. Don't worry, Banban. I'll always keep you safe.
But by the April Fool's joke, Pibby sounds slightly mature, like what you would expect from a preteen.
What's happening? It's a learning opportunity.
Banban still sounds okay, even though his voice has changed. I discussed this with Twitter user iDogFilms, and we initially thought that both voice actors have been replaced. But then we saw the Instagram post by Nikki Castillo, which mother confirms that she's still involved in planning with Pibby. We can't say the same for Jack Chanton, especially not when he's at that puberty age where his voice will change. This statement is not definitive, but the possibility is still there. Personally, I enjoy Pibby's voice in the Halloween shot. That's not to say I'm against what we got in the April Fool's joke. This is just something I have a preference to. Pibby's voice in the Halloween shot draws me closer to her character. After all, the point of her role is to be this innocent little girl from a preschool cartoon that's forced to grow up and save the world. Hearing that little girl voice sells that role better than what we got in the April Fool's joke. And honestly, I hope this is brought back in the full series. Speaking of a full series, finally, the big question. Will Pibby become a full TV series? As some of you may know, there hadn't been much news about Pibby following its Halloween shot, and yet there was. Kind of. There were 3 trademarks made by Warner Bros. In regards to Pibby, but these weren't solid confirmations. If anything, it just hinted that they probably planned the whole April Fool's joke a lot longer than we thought. So when Adult Swim's April Fools came and left, you would think that it ended there, but no, it did not. On Twitter, Adult Swim went on a fun frenzy, which one could argue was a form of promotion for Come and Learn with Pibby. Of course, I cannot say definitively that they haven't done something like this before. Still, the official Twitter account for Adult Swim went out of their way to release a bunch of tweets while the whole joke was happening live. Some of these tweets included glitchy text and clips from the joke itself. When a couple of fans brought it up, they acted very oblivious to it, since the context of the whole April Fool's joke is that Come and Learn with Pibby has invaded Adult Swim. Then, as Adult Swim kept tweeting, they played it up as if the Twitter account has been invaded too. Now, you would think that it will end here, but not really. Adult Swim went hard on this one, despite this being a part of the annual April Fools. In fact, they still have this part, "Let the darkness consume us," in their bio, even at the time of me making this video. So stuff like this has made fans to raise their eyebrows. Has Come and Learn with Pibby been greenlit? Will it actually be a show? Of course, none of this has officially been confirmed, but there's some proof that suggests that it's going to happen. Proof number 1, the lost poster. Does the bunny look familiar to you? Why yes, it's Ban Ban, and judging from the childish handwriting, we can say that it's from Pibby. I mean, only a little child, which Pibby is, would draw something so adorable. The poster has Lost Bunny written at the top, with Bamba's name at the side. More evidence of this being from Pibby includes Loves Learning, Scary Eyes, and Reward Big Hugs, all of which we've seen in the Halloween short and the April Fool's joke. But the big bullseye is this part in black writing and almost hidden at the corner of the paper. It reads, also, I'm lost too. That correlates with what happened to Pibby at the end of Joe Para Talks With You, a live action series on Adult Swim, and one that will probably copyright strike me again before I dare have to appeal it again. So it's fair to say that given the context, Pibby made this poster following what happened there, and for that reason I think this is a part of some big promotion. Yes, I said a part because there's more. Turns out the lost poster wasn't the only real world connection they made. Fans soon discovered a couple of Adult Swim's billboards, one in California and the other in Georgia, as they showcased Pibby and the corrupted Bun Bun have invaded these billboards. Someone even made a cool animation out of it.
What's happening? It's a learning opportunity. Maybe we should let the darkness consume us.
So of course, this kind of blew up on Twitter, especially because the voice actress for Pibby posted about it on her Instagram, with the creator of Pibby himself, Dodge Greenlee, liking it, thus proving its legitimacy. And now, with the Adult Swim tweets, the billboards, and the possible hint we might have gotten from Pibby's voice actress, all of these points at these days being possible promotions for Learning with Pibby if it becomes a full TV series. Doing something like this isn't exactly new. Cartoon shows and blockbuster movies tend to do this kind of promotions, whether obviously or not. And it's not uncommon to see people behind the scenes talking about the project they are involved in with great excitement. There's even speculation that the green eyes of Bun Bun is literally meant to hint that Learning with Pibby has been green lit. Get it? Green lit. Of course, Adult Swim hasn't confirmed anything yet. They've been quiet about it, with the same for the creator of Pibby, her voice actress, and one of the people that worked on the Halloween short. But Kosuni Toonami was reportedly brought back after a past April Fool's joke by Adult Swim due to high popularity. It's not far-fetched anymore to believe that Learning with Pibby will become a full TV series, especially when the views on the Adult Swim YouTube channel has far surpassed other cartoon pilots that later became TV shows, like Infinity Train. So bad that got cancelled. Thanks, Cartoon Network. More possible evidence to an actual Pibby TV show is in HBO Max. To continue the theme of evasion, HBO Max homepage included the glitch effect along with Pibby and Bun Bun. That's not the case anymore. All of that has been cleaned off. But you can still find Come and Learn with Pibby in the streaming service with their Halloween short already there. It was even originally titled as a trailer. Of course, just like I've said already, this part is no longer there, but the shot is still there with a TVMA rating. which is arguably odd to add for a short. Yes, Learning with Pibby contains one instance of blood and maybe a few hints of violence and yeah, arguably scary imageries, but it's hardly enough to get that rating unless it's already been greenlit. So does that answer the big question, will Learning with Pibby become an actual TV series? Well, to answer that question, yeah, I can't confirm it. Don't get me wrong, I believe that there's enough evidence to point that it will become an actual TV series. I just don't want you guys to believe that it will certainly become an actual TV series. I might turn out to be wrong later on. After all, I have no involvement in the creation of Learning with Pibby, nor do I have any connections to anyone in Adult Swim. I'm just a simple man trying to make my way on YouTube. But fear not, there is some hope. With Warner Bros now having 3 trademarks for Pibby and Adult Swim going out of their way to make and promote this April Fool's joke not just on the channel but on HBO Max, it very well assures us that they have some plans for Learning with Pibby in the future. We just don't know what those plans are yet. That's why many are looking at this summer's Comic Con. You heard me right. From 21st July 2022 to 24th July 2022, some fans hope that there will be some big news about Learning with Pibby. It's not a certainty, but it's a big possibility. So be patient and be cautious about any news on Pibby. There's been some fake news on Learning with Pibby, like this IMDb. For now, that's all we've got from this awesome Adult Swim April Fool's joke. What do you guys think? Do you think Learning with Pibby will become a full series? Do you want it to be a full series? Or do you prefer it being the way it is now? Let me know in the comments below. That's about it for this video. Thank you for watching, and if you're looking for some wonderful anime art, please check out Tatami Art from Fiverr. This has been Max. If you enjoyed the video, then please like it and subscribe to the channel. It helps a lot. I have more great content that's to come. So stay cool, and I'll see you in the next video.
Goodbye, goodbye. It's time to say goodbye. We had so much fun, but now we're done. It's time to say goodbye. Goodbye, goodbye. It's time to say goodbye. Let's clean up and give big hugs. It's time to say goodbye. Goodbye, goodbye. It's time to say goodbye. Goodbye, best friend. This song will end. It's time to say goodbye.